Strides to success. The benefits of being trauma informed. A brief journey to how being trauma informed can be beneficial for both educators and students. The journey to becoming trauma informed. When beginning the journey to becoming trauma informed, it's important to understand the definition and the effects of trauma. According to the Center for Treatment of Anxiety and Mood Disorders, trauma is defined as an emotional response to an event or an experience that is deeply distressing or disturbing. We must understand that behaviors don't just happen. There's always something deeper, something more underlining than what the student is displaying. When students receive help and the proper resources, they learn how to regulate their emotions and achieve social and emotional success. We must also implement change for every student. We must understand that every student is different and their approach to what we have for them to be able to regulate themselves will be different. Preparing for something new. When preparing for something new, we must finish what we started. In finishing what we started, we must be consistent. Being consistent means that we are team players. When we are team players, we learn to work together to be on the same page and to provide our students with the most accessible resources that will help them on their academic journey. We model expectations. We can't allow our students to give us what we would like for them to have, and we do not model that for them. And we do not show them that the best practices are to do right and to do well. We must be patient and remember change is a process. Things does not happen overnight. Trauma did not happen overnight. Therefore, it will be a process. The process may not always feel comfortable, but we need to stay strong and stay in there for the sake of our students. We must also watch our words. Words are powerful. In the moment of frustration, we might say things that will turn the student away, and our chances of ever building a relationship with them will be lost. Building relationships. Building relationships are very important. When we build relationships, we allow students to know that they can trust us. We give them the genuine care and love that they need to support their academic journey and their social and emotional learning. Building relationships also allows them to not only know that we care, but we are there to see them through this process of education and to see that far past academics. Also, teachers are more than just teachers. We are family members. We are sometimes mothers, fathers, friends, more than what some students receive when they are not in our building. We must build relationships that allow students to open up. When students open up, they understand that they can tell us anything. They understand that we are not there to harm them, but to help them. We must capture their hearts before their minds. When capturing their hearts before their minds, we need to understand their feelings, not be so quick to judge, and be open to listen. We must love them despite how we feel. There will be times where we are so aggravated and frustrated, but we must remember why we decided to do what we do as educators. And we must also remember that it's not about us. The goal is for us to help students transition from school to life, and that is what we will do and what we must do. Creating a safe space. When creating a safe space, we must be mindful of the location to where the safe space will be located in the classroom. We must also remind students that it's okay to not be okay, that they will have moments where they're frustrated and they just need a positive escape. We need to support students with various resources that will allow them to calm down, self-regulate, self-assess, and be accountable for their actions. We must also remind them that the space is not at all for punishment. It just gives them a little bit of time to calm down and realize that they can do well, that they can recognize what they have done, clear their minds, and return back to classroom interactions or academics. Last but not least, maintaining the goal. When maintaining the goal of transitioning from a traditional school approach to a trauma informed school approach, we must continue to support each other. We must finish what we started. In continuing to support each other, we allow us to build healthy and meaningful relationships. Also, we must be mindful that first impressions are not always what we think. Sometimes we ourselves, as well as our students, will be frustrated, but that is just for the moment. It does not dictate who we are and who we will be in the future. We must go beyond the norm, be willing to step out on faith and do what is needed to help ourselves and help our students succeed and excel far beyond their wildest dreams. We can't reach them all, but we must know that one student at a time will most certainly be worth it. Finally, we must be accountable for our own actions and we must model that behavior so our students will learn and know that they too can be accountable for their own actions and that they will do well